The meeting is being recorded. Hi, everybody, and hi, Keisha.
Hi. How are you,
Hi.
Charlotte?
We are good. Okay, so today we're celebrating Keisha, which was in my boot camp, and she had done something phenomenal. She had her best cash month, which was like $22,700. Boom, back in cash. Okay, which is obviously fantastic. And she just told me before we started it. Now she's like signing people just from the comments, which is like really, really cool. And she has more sales calls booked like now also, which obviously. Okay, so can you tell everybody where you were before you started the boot camp and some of the frustration that you had and like what was going on for you?
Yeah, I've been in business as a coach for 3.5 years full time, and I was making sales, but my payment plans were all crazy. So I wasn't bringing in the cash that I wanted to bring in and needed to bring in. And there was a lot of lag time between getting leads on my calendar and also between talking to the leads and receiving their yes or receiving their payment. So that was very frustrating for me.
Can you tell people where you also were financially, so that they have a reference point where like starting out you were like more involved, or, where were you at?
Yeah, in the last, I would say 6 to 7 months, I've been between 12 to 15K cash per month.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And now made this leap.
Yeah. And now we're at like almost 23 now, 20. But what would you say that, because you've been at this for a while, right? Mm-hmm. So what would you say like you had tried in the past that like really didn't actually work for you, that people might do right now and think that they're just stupid or something, but it just doesn't work?
Yeah, I've tried the webinars and the bro marketing techniques and the do and hustle and the cold outreach. I feel like I've tried it all.
Probably. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think you're in the same boat with a lot of people anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like almost everything. Okay. So now you had your biggest cash month ever to this date. But before we also started, Keisha was talking about, she had a 38K month before, but like the cash was like 2 or 3K or something. And then it was like, what's happening? Like we need to change that. Right. So what would you say is the biggest difference between making a 38K in sales and making almost 23K cash? What's like the biggest shift for you that has changed?
Besides lifestyle, the biggest shift is my level of expectation. Like when I'm having these calls, it's not that I'm attached to the outcome, but my expectation in my service and in my genius and in my business is that it not only sustains me, but causes me to thrive. So when people see the value in the service and they purchase, and I have these $38,000 sales months, I was standing in my way and only receiving like 3,000 to 5,000 of those sales. So the biggest difference is my shift in my expectation.
Mm-hmm. And what would you say is like the biggest thing that you're taking away from the bootcamp? What has like been your biggest like change for you personally?
A new level of confidence and boldness and directness, and a new way of being. I'm still me. I'm still gracious. I'm still gentle. I'm still a awesome coach. And I get to really lean in on my genius, and I really get to speak those uncomfortable truths, even before a person is purchased. And that's been a huge takeaway for me.
Yeah, can you tell people how you do that now? That like literally specifically how you do it so they can see the difference?
Tell me more about that.
For instance, you just told me like now you're signing people from comments, and like
yes,
the sales process is so much faster, right? From someone comments.
The sales process is now as natural as breathing. That's the difference, Charlotte. After 4 weeks, I can finally put it into words. Yeah, that's the difference. The sales process isn't salesy. It really is as natural as breathing. So now when people hit my DMs to pitch me, I flip it around and I'm converting them into clients. Now, when I'm having virtual coffees, because the sales is as natural as breathing, because I'm speaking from my truth, it's just converting to sales, like on the spot, cash sales on the spot. When people comment where they've been commenting all along, I comment back, and all of a sudden they're on my calendar. That's the difference. It's just as natural as breathing.
Well, yeah, because it's pretty significant to be able to write a comment and then people just like jump into your actual calendar and then like pay, you know, the thing, right? And one of the things I teach in the bootcamp is like 50% deposit. Like we're not doing long ass payment plans and all that. So this goes without saying that she's actually getting the money in her bank account, like the cash. Like, right?
Yeah. Everyone except for one person paid in full, which is great.
Well, that's fantastic. And can you also share with everybody your closing rate percentage? You know, people say like usually if you have 10 sales call, maybe like you close 3 and there's 4 no shows and then there's like 3 that didn't do it.
I haven't done the percentages in a long time, but I do recall last year my percentage had gone from like 5 calls, and I would book 2 sales, and then it went to something like 2 out of 3 I would book. I don't even really count them anymore. We're just
assuming that it's good. We're just gonna.
Yeah, it is good. It's a good ratio.
And what would you say, like with one word, or maybe not one word? That's a little bit mean. Why is this bootcamp different?
When I signed up with you before we started with the bonuses, I signed up my first coach as a client. That makes it different.
That definitely makes it different.
That makes it different. Well, yeah. And it was really over we were just connecting and having a virtual coffee, and she asked me to customize something for her.
So did everybody hear that? Like literally her old like mentor or coach, right?
My first coach, yeah.
Asked her for the sale, you know, on a virtual coffee, just like easy breezy.
Yeah.
Like it's before the bootcamp started.
Yeah, my first business coach, I should qualify that. And then asked, oh, is it okay if I pay in full, or do you prefer a payment plan?
No, I don't want
that. Was different languaging for me.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you have any hesitations before you bought the bootcamp?
No, I didn't. I suppose I had been following you for a while, but it was I was on a road trip with my daughters to Florida and driving back, and there was some video. I listened to it, and then I was on your YouTube, and that's what I listened to driving. and my daughters and I were like, oh, she's genius. Oh yeah, I'm joining her bootcamp. Yeah, so there wasn't really
I didn't know that.
There wasn't really a hesitation. No, I had at least 15 hours of Charlotte programming.
Okay, then you're all in. Yeah. Okay. That was funny. I don't think anybody's ever told me that. Like that they're going YouTube and like road tripping.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Last question. Like, if anybody has any hesitations, like if it's gonna work for them or if they can afford it or whatever, what do you want to say to those people?
Yeah, my default hesitation is usually, I know this works. It's worked for other people. Will it work for me? I can tell you with certainty, having been in the bootcamp group, that not only does it work, it will work for you. It worked for me, and it works quickly because manifestation doesn't have to take a long time. I heard someone brilliantly say.
Yeah, I wonder who was. Okay, that's fantastic. And thank you so much, Keisha. You obviously done phenomenally well. And everybody also, you can go out and check out Keisha. She has phenomenal client results. In fact, one of the things that we worked on in the bootcamp is to get her to just like share that, like more with the world, because they are like really good. So if anybody wants to, like, go and check her out.
Thank you, Charlotte.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.